I just want to know from your perspective, hormonal issues for women are often dismissed. For me, they were for, gosh, I would say for decades. No one would ever support me in getting to the root cause of what the anxiety was, what the fatigue was, what, sadness that just came from out of the blue and how that could have been associated to our hormones. And this isn't a normal part of being a woman. So, what do you think? And why do you think these symptoms are normalized? And why aren't we talking about that?
Yeah, I think there's getting more and more attention that we should, that this has been minimized. But you're absolutely right. It's been dismissed for decades. Women are gaslighted by physicians. They're told that everything's normal, or you're too young to be experiencing this, or it's all in your head, or you're having a period, so everything's normal with your hormones. And this is doing a lot of harm. I think that there's a lot of reasons it could happen. One, there's no training in medical school around hormones. So this is an alternative kind of field where this is potentially the root cause of all disease and pathophysiology that we have, or hormones.
Yeah.
Training in medicine is not about wellness or preventative. It is about acute care. And we need that still. Like if you get in a car accident or you're having acute illness, we need that. But we can't look to doctors to know everything, and they can't know about wellness, and they don't know. And this is more of hormones are about prevention and a young person and making sure they're optimal because they're so important for that. Another reason could be just misogyny in medicine, and that's very rampant. And it's not just male doctors that are dismissing women, and doctors don't have a lot of time. They're like, hey, just get out of my office. Like, I'm not going to get paid to treat you with hormone replacement therapy. And they don't. There's no incentive for them. So the insurance companies don't incentivize. So they're not going to get paid for it. And then female doctors are also, if they've made it that far in medicine, there's some misogyny. It's just the way the field is.
I was 23 years old when a female doctor said that my PCOS was so bad that I probably wouldn't be able to have children. It was a woman. And I believed her. She was in a white lab coat. I trusted her. I'd had a relationship with her for a while. But there was no talk about why that had happened, or if it was stress, how could I get out of it? What was happening to my physiology? And back then, like we know what hormones are responsible for what emotions, right? And for women, if we have a cycle that's changing and evolving throughout the month, I always equate hormones to a symphony, right? We rely on having a symphony that's playing within our body. And if one instrument is off, the entire symphony becomes compromised, right? And yet doctors still aren't talking about that. And I would say that the beginning of my endocrinopathy, when things just went sideways for me, is when doctors put me on birth control when I was 17 years old. So I got my cycle at 15, and from the beginning, I had an irregular cycle, so every 3 months. Now, for the first time, we're saying 3 months could be your normal. But because of that, a doctor said, well, you should go on birth control pill. And that was like the beginning of the downfall of everything for me.
I think that this is the heart of what we should be talking about. I know there's a lot of attention for perimenopause and menopause, but I think the story is bigger. Like young women are being put on birth control for non-birth control reasons.
Yeah.
And birth control stops the production of your own hormones. It's not hormones. It lowers your hormones.
It lowers your hormones. They're being prescribed for acne, right?
Acne.
Acne.
This is not
talking about the
so
gut,
the
your
risks
digestion, the
of,
McDonald's that you might be eating.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the risks of birth control in this case do not outweigh the benefits. It is only for but if you're stopping the production of your own natural progesterone
At such a young age.
that could have led to PCOS and endometriosis. So we know that PCOS is a state of low progesterone, which is a woman's arguably most abundant hormone. And you stop that with the birth control.
Yeah.
So you are going to put her in a state of where she's at risk for pathophysiology, endometriosis, PCOS, painful periods, heavy periods. Women have a very complex neuroendocrine system. You talk about moods, how they change throughout the cycle, but our emotions, to prevent anxiety and depression, irritability, and insomnia in women, it's hormonal. It's progesterone. I mean, no wonder these young women, we have a huge rate of anxiety, depression.
I read a stat recently that with the rise of anxiety and depression, women are twice as likely to experience depression. And for such a long time, doctors have normalized this, right? Especially postpartum. Oh, it's normal. You're in your fourth trimester, right?
This is really bad. It's just this dismissal women are prescribed a lot of stimulants, antidepressants, and anti-anxiety meds And this is not, not only is it a Band-Aid fix, it doesn't work, and it's not treating the root cause, and you're not validating. It's a health problem. She has low hormones.